Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. It's Monday. I wish all of you a spectacular week, and I can tell you that this week will be spectacular, will be fantastic. You know why? Because it's a decisive one. Instead of waiting, we will act, and that's already super important. Finally, because we waited for so long for Thiago Motta to be announced, this is the week that we announced Thiago Motta. A turnaround week for the season 24-25. But probably also, and I'm not exaggerating, Juventus opening a new era for more years, starting with this week. So it's a super important week, not only for Thiago Motta, but also for two top players, big players. From Juventus 23-24, we are speaking about one side, Federico Chiesa, and on the other side, Adrien Rabiot. And much more on today's video, so don't forget to put a maximum of like, to continue to subscribe, and also to support the channel by writing your opinion, your thoughts, and I love them because I read them and then I take a lot of inspiration from your comments. There is one of your comments, not one, but a lot of people writing the same comments that I really want to answer about that difference in salary between Adrien and Federico. Why want Juventus to pay more Adrien that they want to pay more Federico Chiesa? There is something that is, I believe, a real huge, big misunderstanding. And before speaking about that in detail, it's important to be aware of what Juventus pay for one player and the other one. So maximum of like if you didn't yet, because now we start with Thiago Motta, decisive week. Finally, Thiago Motta, especially me, I couldn't wait anymore. Because I know that more you wait, more that excitement level drops a bit, it decreases a bit, it goes away, we forget about it, we think already about the next thing. And a lot of you are waiting for Thiago Motta, I believe, since months now. Well, don't forget that I'm waiting for Thiago Motta, I believe, since now 20 months. I have been immediately on the wagon of Motta before even that he was trending, and finally it will happen. So I couldn't wait. This week will be the week of Thiago Motta. He will probably not be physically in La Continassa. As far as I know, I will not be there to host a live with Thiago Motta to present him on Twitch. As far as I know, if they call me tomorrow, I will tell you. But at the moment, no. So it will be probably a signature beginning of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, announcement towards the end of the week. Not physically with Thiago Motta, but probably with a beautiful video, or with the first words from remote, because that's important. At the moment, Thiago Motta, he decided, and I believe it's really wise from him, to take time with his family. The most important thing on earth. He went to Spain, Madrid. He went to Portugal. He went to Paris in France. Probably next destination will be in Italy to start also to organize his private life. Schools for the kid, a new house, this. So there is really a lot of work to be done also on a private side for Thiago Motta, and I believe it's really good that he starts his journey in black and white with a clean memory, not thinking about the plumber, the guy for the electricity, the guy that needs to install internet. No, guys, stop about that. Focus Juve, because everything has already been done. And I think it was really wise for him enjoying holiday and then working on his private life. And then he can focus 100% on Juventus. When he will be there in La Continassa physically, a lot of people are saying the 10th of July. No, guys, this is impossible. Thiago Motta will be there before the 10th of July. He can't be there the same day as, I don't know, Matthias Soulé for the medical test and discovering La Continassa, watching with big, wide open, eyes open like that, while Soulé is there. No, that's impossible. So he will probably be there beginning of July, to be there, to meet, to have already some meetings, to understand, to already start planning the way of training session, etc, etc, etc. So we wait a bit. First announcement this week and then beginning of July, but it's not that far, it's in 20 days, him physically in La Continassa. That being said, we go towards the main topic of today's video, or no, the main, it's the second and the third one combined in a way, Chiesa and Rabiot. There is something that is a huge, big misunderstanding that I really, when I read these kind of things, I'm saying, Beppe, it's already 4 years that you have the channel. You're 4 years that you are repeating, and people, they still don't understand. What is important for a football club? It's not what is going into the pocket of a player, but what they are spending in terms of money. And how do you calculate what a club is spending for a player? Well, it's not only the salary that you are paying. It's the salary and the remaining value depreciation you have in your financial books for a player. Fast example, 100 million euro, this is what you paid for a player, okay? You have a contract for 5 years. It means that depreciation every year you pay back 20 million, not to the club because you already paid it to the club, but financially in your books 20 million, 20 million, 20 million, 20 million. And you arrive after 5 years, if there is no contract extension, at a zero sum. Important. On top of that, you add the salary net on the player. You need, of course, in Italy to multiply it by 2. So if you pay a player 5 million euro in terms of net in his pocket, that means that you need as a club to pay 10 million euro. So adding the value of depreciation per year plus the salary, gross, not net, this is what a club pays for a player. Now, fast calculation, because I hear, Beppe, we don't understand what the management, clone management, much bigger insult that I don't want to repeat here on the channel. How is it possible that stupid management, they want to pay Rabiot more than they want to pay Federico Chiesa? How is it on earth possible that they are that stupid to do things like that? No, guys, financially you need to understand. Federico Chiesa has still a word value of depreciation for his last year of contract of 14 million euro. 14. This is what Juventus need to pay. On top of that, he has a salary of 5 million euro. It's more or less, of course. Times 2 gross that Juventus need to pay, it's 10. If you do the sum of both, it's 24 million euro that Juventus need to pay for Federico Chiesa, where at the end, only 5 million euro will go only in his pockets. You understand? 24 million euro. While Adrien Rabiot has a contract of 7 million euro. We never bought him. Why? Because we signed him for a free, so €0 in terms of financial books. 7 million euro, you will say 14 million. No, it's not 14 because he has that decreto crescita, the law degree, where you don't pay times 2, but the taxes you pay times 1.5. So 7, you can go towards 3.5, 3 million on top in taxes. So that means that Juventus pays for Adrien Rabiot 10 million euro. Adrien, 10 million, Federico Chiesa 24. I know that in the pocket Adrien will have 7 and Chiesa will have 5, but what the club pays, and that's the most important thing financially, it's much more for Chiesa than Rabiot. And that's important to understand. So for people that are saying, Beppe, but no, you are not correct there. Now, the two cases are totally isolated. Adrien Rabiot, why is Juventus insisting on it? Two big reasons. Two huge big reasons. The first one, they want to accelerate for him because Thiago Motta, he wants to play with Rabiot. He knows him. We already said, I will not repeat, otherwise the video will be 30 minutes. He really wants to continue with Adrien Rabiot. He needs not only persons that can go fast, dribble, technique, dribble, goal, penetrate. No, he also needs a workhorse. And Adrien Rabiot, we know it. He is a huge, big workhorse. Not the mystery coincidence why he is their national team star player, why he plays with Sarri, with Pirlo, with etc., etc., etc. He wants him. You also want, that is what Thiago is asking to Giuntoli, he wants 2 players per role. Goalkeeper 3, the other 2 players per role. And not identically. If possible, qualitative player with different characteristics. Well, a player like Rabiot, if you don't need to go on the market and buy a new one and you have him already in house, you don't have to go with a lot of money, because it is not a lot of money that you are paying for a player. I already explained to you. That makes a huge big difference. So financially, so not only Thiago Motta preferences, but also financially having Adrien Rabiot is for Juventus the best ever thing. And these are the reasons why Juventus really want to push. I will tell you even more why this one is decisive. Because Adrien Rabiot, from the rumors, we always heard he will give his final position to Juventus before Euro 24. Well, we start when? On Friday. We start on Friday. We are Monday. So in these days, we could possibly have the final answer for Rabiot. Why is Juventus pushing and actually accelerating on it? Because the law decree, that 1.5 on taxes that you pay instead of 2, it can't be interrupted. Which means if Rabiot goes at the end of his contract, 30 June, and he answers on the 2nd of July, it's too late. Because then you will have to pay him times 2. So if he wants a contract of 7 million, you go immediately towards 14. And that's why Juventus is accelerating a lot. What about the Rabiot side? Well, management entourage, they were actually positively surprised by Juventus that they give that salary amount to Adrien Rabiot. They are speaking about 6.5, 7 million euros, 7-ish million for 2 years with an option for the third. They didn't believe that. They are thinking about it. They also listen. They would love to wait a bit, but they know that Juventus is pressed. So let's wait for that one. It can be or a total yes or a total no, but we will know extremely soon. And that's on the story Adrien Rabiot. Now on Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa this week is expected, according to Nicolas Kira, a meeting between Chiesa, management, Ramadani, and Cristiano Giuntoli. So not Chiesa physically because he's playing at the Euro, but Ramadani and Giuntoli. And they will discuss to decide the future of Chiesa at Juventus. At the moment, guys, more out than in. Why? Because we heard that this week Ramadani will not only stop at Giuntoli's house, but he will also go to Roma. He will also go to Napoli, and he will speak with these clubs. I don't know if he will go to Roma, to Napoli. It may be even more possible that he goes toward another club abroad. Because you know it, the offer that Roma and Napoli can give to Juve, at the moment Napoli, they still need to sell an Osimhen and possibly even Kvaratskhelia. Otherwise, they have no money to sign Fede at 40 million euro. While the other one, they have more cash power. And that's why Federico is waiting for that euro to really increase even more that value. I will tell you, because a lot of people are saying, I hope that Fede does a really beautiful euro so that he extends with Juve. Actually, it's really a paradox, but more or better is perform at Euro, more chances is that he leaves, because more he performs, more is appetitable on the market for other clubs that will go to Juve with bigger offers. So pay attention what you are wishing for. If you want Fede to stay, pay attention, really pay attention. But what is the important thing that we can read here between the lines? That when a player is under contract, still under contract, an agent, of course, he can go towards secret meetings, speaking with other agents, with other clubs. He can do that secretly, which is normally not even allowed, but we know it, the behind the scene telephone, it happens. But here we're speaking about public meetings of the agent with other clubs. That means that Juventus, they gave their green light to Ramadan to say, okay, go. We didn't take a decision yet. We will meet. But if you need also to have other clubs, go and let us know what is the offer for Chiesa. So that means that in a way, Chiesa is on the market. And if you remember well the first words of Giuntoli last year in press conference, he said it, nobody at Juventus is untouchable. Of course, we want to keep our best players. But if big offers arrive, we are obliged to sit at the table. And that's what I wanted to say about Thiago Motta, Rabiot, Chiesa. There are beautiful words on the other side from the agent of Andrea Cambiaso. Andrea Cambiaso, that according to his agents, his words said, Cambiaso refused other big clubs from Europe that already won the Champions League because he wanted to stay at Torino. It's not about money, but it's about project. The project that Juventus is building. And when I hear these words from a big agent, a really big agent, that is speaking that well about the player that was 1 year at Juve, of course, but when you have, and we heard about the voices, Real Madrid, and so on, and so, big clubs, probably Manchester City, etc., he's saying, no, I want to stay at Juve because I believe in that project, and I will be involved in that project. Guys, this gives me a lot of optimism. Then a project can succeed or can fail, can go all the ways, but at least there is a project. And that's what Juventini were asking for. We want to see a project. With who? Well, apparently also, according to the agent of Andrea, with Thiago Motta. Because that's what he said. Will it be with Thiago Motta? Will he again work with Thiago Motta? He said, I believe yes. Andrea knows him really well. Luckily, we found the right choice last year to go to Juve, and now you will meet him. So when an agent is speaking about that, I believe yes. Guys, you can know that all things are already done. So there will be no surprise that this week there will be Thiago Motta. A few flash news. Well, one that is not anymore at the moment center of the project, or at least in the project Juve, it is Tech, it is Szczesny. has some offers from Saudi Arabia. He always said, I don't believe in going to Saudi Arabia. The club of Cristiano Ronaldo is calling him, which they would pay even 10, 15 million euro for him, no, for Juventus, plus a 50 million euro per year, which is double of his salary. Look, if he's consequent, he will not go there. At the moment, I still don't believe that he will go there, but you never know in life. Huh? People, sometimes they change opinion, they change what they were thinking about, so let's see. But one thing is sure, Di Gregorio will be announced, and he will be the first goalkeeper of Juve. Want to speak about the national team? A few words about national team. Well, quite easy. Yesterday, Italy won 1-0 against Bosnia, a Bosnia that is not qualified to Euro 24. Did we see progress from this game towards the other ones? Yes, at least I was able to watch the entirety of the game. I didn't fell asleep, and that's already a big improvement. So grazie Spalletti and team. Was it a beautiful Italy with flashes? But I'm not really, when I see these preparation games of a Euro, I don't really judge that much the level of a team because I know with the history of Italy, a lot of time they were really extremely poor in this preparation game, and then they did really well. They even won the tournament, that it's a World Cup or Euro. Sometimes they are extremely good where you say, Mamma mia, we will win 6-0 against all the team, then it doesn't happen. Look, we saw England not doing well. We saw France doing 0-0 against Canada. Guys, no, why is it? Because they are putting so much power, energy in the legs that they are tired. So I'm not really harsh on Italy or not. It was not a beautiful game, honestly. They won 1-0 with an assist of Chiesa and a goal of Fratesi. But of course we have a problem, because if Fratesi, if you're looking at the last 11 friendlies, is the one that scored most goals with Italy, I believe 4, and Scamacca only 1, we have a problem. If nobody else can score than Fratesi, we have a huge big problem. Fratesi, that is bench player of Inter, never forget about that. So I don't know, I'm not really even if I don't take these games into account, I'm not really optimistic at the moment as we speak. Let's see. What about our guys yesterday in the performance? Well, Fagioli didn't shine that much. It was good. It was good together with Jorginho. It's really strange that the last game before the tournament starts against Albania next week, we are starting for the very first time 2 playmakers in a 3-4-1. It was really strange, and you really saw that the leadership was taken with Jorginho, that Jorginho was telling Fagioli what to do and how to place himself. But when he has the ball, he's great. When he has the ball, he's really great. He knows what to do. Cambiaso was good, not good, good, not good, good, not good, with beautiful runs there on the left side. I love Cambiaso because he can play end on the left and he can then switch on the right side. That's something that not a lot of players have, and he can do well on both sides, but he was not spectacular. What about Federico Chiesa? Well, he missed a huge one, a big one in the beginning of the game. And then he's giving that assist. So yes and no. But again, Federico Chiesa, that was coached by Spalletti, you really could hear what Spalletti was saying at certain moments, saying you need to be a bit more central, you need to drop a bit to take the ball, opening spaces. So he was really playing, like a joystick for Federico Chiesa, that was not really listening. So also for him, in that 3-4-1, tactically was difficult. For all the people who were thinking, hey, it's over now with Spalletti, 4-3-3, he will play on the wing only. He played on the wing with Mancini. Will he play on the wing with Spalletti, or will we blame again Max Allegri? I don't know. But yesterday, Federico Chiesa, that again was head on the ground, wanted to do things by himself, not succeeding. And then you have that flash of magic of Federico. So it was also here. The entire Italy was not, according to me, really great, except of Fratesi and also Donnarumma, that really, really, really did well yesterday. You're really missing Barella. Hopefully he can recuperate for Albania game. Let's see. That was what I wanted to say. There are some news about Ancelotti, the Club World Cup, but that will be for another video. Grazie, forza, Juve.